Let's be positive tonight.
Yeah, I'm recording already, so whenever you're ready. So this isn't going up this Saturday. It's going up this Saturday for patrons, but not for regular
ones.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Then we could talk after about Sunday. Whatever. If you feel like you want to do something Sunday.
Yes. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I don't know what the deal is with standard def this Sunday, but we'll figure it out.
Okay. Excuse me. Ooh. Well, here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Expression Pass here on Bossfish Network. I'm your host, the enlightened, excited Eddie V. Joining me is the one, the only bossman himself, Mr. Corey Dirrig.
Woo! We're back. I don't know what that was. I was just like, I feel like I feel like I have to bring the energy because I'm like, ready to go to bed, but I was ready to go to bed like 5 hours ago. So now I'm like, I gotta like get amped, I mean, I already recorded one podcast tonight, so let's do another one.
Yes, everybody.
I was telling Ed, I'm on like my third Red Bull since 8:30, and it's not even 11. So
shoot, I kept passing out the monsters at work today. I'm just like, I'm ready to pass out and fall asleep, but I'm like, I'm ready to grab a monster and and just straight down it, and just be up and be crashing when I get done. But
yeah, I've been living off of energy drinks for like the last, well, really like last like 5 years, but it's fine.
I know it's for some people say it's not healthy and stuff, but sometimes you do need to pick me up. And like, I am particular about my energy drinks. I do love Monster, Red Bull. I guess I think I've been trying to do like the flavor ones, like peach and like the orange and all of that other stuff. I've been trying to do that from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
And everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so energy drinks.
Yeah.
To give us energy.
Yeah, we need energy, Ed. You know why?
Why?
Because we have questions for Expansion Pass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is weird. We haven't really had questions in a while to do. So we're gonna answer them here because we put the request out here on Expansion Pass. So
yes.
Yeah, so we'll do the questions first, and then we'll do our first topic, and then if we have time, we'll do our second topic. If not, Ed and I are already planning to record another episode.
Yes.
Later. So, so just to sorry, I don't mean to keep whatever.
No, go ahead.
Little housekeeping. Starting in April. Well, actually, probably starting with this episode, actually, patrons will be getting Nintendo Power Block Expansion Pass 1 week early. So I think it's going to start with this episode. So because technically we're recording during spring break, boss our spring break, because we're all supposed to be taking breaks, but we're not. So,
yes.
Which by the way, Ed, side tangent, scheduling wise, next Thursday. Tower Casuals is taking Tower Casual spring break, so
okay,
we can plan something with maybe get Dan in here or whatever.
Okay.
Anyways, sorry, Dan's out of town. He was going to be here, but he's out of town. He's in Utah, so he'll be on next episode. It's not just going to be me and Ed every time.
Right.
Just want to inform everybody that. Anyways, continue, Ed. Sorry.
Oh no. Ooh, excuse me.
Wow.
I swear, this Canadian, Canadian.
Why are you?
Canada Dry lemonade got me like, like, have you ever drank something and you just have burps for like a few minutes, even if you don't even take a sip?
Yeah, every week. It's called an energy drink. Every week, just come flying out, and I have to mute my microphone and turn my head. So anytime you ever see me do one of these things or like one of these things, it's usually because I was holding a burp in, and then I let it out, and then I breathe out kind of hard, so I just kind of mute myself. But also I turn my head so people don't see it, or do one of these, or do one of these.
I'll just be hood with it and just turn. If it picks up, oh well. I'm human.
And that's the difference between you and me, Ed.
Yes.
I don't know. Whatever.
But,
get us out of here. What are you doing?
We do have questions. And going to answer your questions. We got a lot of good ones.
Yeah,
and,
we did.
I'm really amazed on how quick we got the questions for it. So we're going to start with our question from Turn by Turn.
Great podcast, by the way. You should go listen to it. Sorry, I want to give them a shout out because it's a great podcast.
Daniel is such a great guy. I got to actually talk to him. He's amazing. And shout out to Chris also.
We'll have to get them on one of the shows at some point, whether it's Pow Block or Boss Rush or whatever. Got to get them on.
Yes. Our question from Turn by Turn was, would you guys want a fully turn-based Metroid game?
Yes. I thought about this when I saw this. I'm like, yes. Give me that Mario Rabbids XCOM style Metroid game. Samus leads a squad of Alliance soldiers into a battle against like space pirates. Let's do it. Just give it to me. Yes. Don't me, Ed. Do it. No, just do it. Do it.
I don't want it. I just.
Well, you suck. Next.
I don't. No, I think it's because I'm so used to the Metroid games. I kind of, and this is gonna be really crazy.
Ed, when they gave Mario a gun and said he was gonna be shooting rabbids, did you want that? Did you want that? And guess what? That game turned out to be awesome. So
I was shocked that I was more shocked that Ubisoft was doing a game with Mario, that Nintendo allowed it. So my interest was just like, okay, I don't know what the gameplay is going to be. They talking about XCOM. I haven't played XCOM, but I'm rather give it a chance, and it's amazing. It's like it's pure fun.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing.
Yes, but I think because of Metroid Other M, I want that action-packed Metroid. I want to jump around, shoot, kick, whatever. I want to be destructive with Samus. And I think with a turn-based kind of Metroid game, I don't know. I just don't see that slow pace. That slow pace feeling would get me. Now I would say for a good spin-off, like if they did like a Federation Force 2 with a turn base, I'm down for it. I'm completely down for it.
No, give me Federation Force 2, but make it like Destiny Light. Okay. We already know Metroid Prime 4 is coming. Federation Force was on the wrong platform. Let's do it. Give it to me again. I will defend the idea of that game. Not the game itself, the idea of that game. I will defend.
Mm-hmm.
Just give it to me. Yeah. Just bring it back. Bring it back, guys.
Yes. So, I guess Corey wants it. I don't, because I want something else.
Because Ed likes to be the guy that doesn't agree with anyone.
I do agree.
Ed still thinks ARMS 2 is coming.
I feel like ARMS 2 is coming. Look, y'all got.
Remember when you said it was coming before Splatoon 3?
That is true. Yes.
You said we were going to get ARMS 2 before Splatoon 3.
Look, I was shocked that they even did. Well, because it was weird. Because I feel like Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3, it was a quick turnaround. I feel like
5 years.
No, because Splatoon 2 came out in 2017.
Yeah, and Splatoon 3 is coming out in 2022. That's 5 years.
But why does it feel so? Why does it feel like?
Because the Switch doesn't feel like it's 5 years old. That's why.
Okay, yeah, maybe. Because I was just like, dang, I'm like, this game feels like it was a quick turnaround. Like it feel like they ended the content for Splatoon 2. And then a couple of months later, here go the announcement for Splatoon 3. I'm like, wait a minute, you guys just finished cutting off this game. Like, wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he did ask us. So, I say that I want something else. I don't want a turn based. Now, but I said if it was Federation Force 2, I would want a turn based. That's fine with me. We're gonna go to the next question then. Then Josh Martinez, he had two questions. He asks, which GameCube titles do you want to see get full Wind Waker HD remake status on the Switch?
Which GameCube titles?
Yeah. So
Oh,
I
man.
definitely want Eternal Darkness. I kind of want that to get that kind of remake and stuff because it really is dark, and I think they could make the game a little bit brighter and really give it some like detail in that game. That's definitely one of them that I would love. They already did Tales of Symphonia on PlayStation 3, so now
Yeah, where's that port?
oh,
We
I'm
got
waiting for
Vesperia, which is fine, but like, man, by the way, Tales of Arise, I love that game is awesome. Not on Switch, but it's awesome. Should come to Switch.
Yes. There was an article about it that they said they should have brought that game to Switch and it would have sold better. I'm like, it did
Yeah,
fine on play.
that game didn't sell very well at all, and I'm kind of shocked because it's very good.
Right. I have the Series X version, and man, it's amazing. Like people really, that's one of the Telltale games that people have been trying to get others to play, like the role playing community, and just like it's too good of a game to miss.
Yeah. Man, I'm on like this real Fire Emblem kick right now, and like I've been playing Triangle Strategy, which is like, I don't know, I'm not disappointed in it, but it's not living up to the hype that I wanted it to at this point. I think there's just too much talking. There is a lot of talking in that game, by the way. By the way, Dan posted a screenshot with some dialogue from the game. I'm not going to spoil it, but what is happening in that chapter that he's on? Because I'm just
I
like,
have not one idea.
Oh man. All right, but I have two, Ed. I have two answers for this.
Okay.
I think one is pretty obvious. I think the original Pikmin deserves something, which I don't think it needs very much work done to it. I just think it needs really a remaster as opposed to a remake. But I would really like to see, and this is kind of a cheat, but I'm going to do it anyway. I would really like to see the GameCube and the Wii Fire Emblem games come in one package.
Ooh, yeah.
Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn. So Path of Radiance is the GameCube game. It was very good, very hard, challenging. In the Wii one, Radiant Dawn was a sequel, and it was a lot easier. But I think it's because the Wii was just, they had to make it easier because everybody had a Wii, and to sell games to everybody, you had to make things accessible and easier. And I just think that those games would be really fun to have on the Switch. We don't have any Fire Emblem on the Switch aside from Three Houses, right? I mean,
yeah.
Aside from the Warriors games, I don't count those, and Fire Emblem is amazing. And now, we have a rumor, right? Emily Rogers, we talked about it on Pow Block a couple weeks ago at this point, where Emily Rogers reported that there is one in the works, and we were talking about the pirate one that was rumored for Wii U long ago. But I would really like to see these games be brought up, maybe given a fresh coat of paint, some cutscenes, maybe some quality of life improvements that Three Houses or even the 3DS games have, right? And just give us those stories and those characters again, because those games are great.
Yeah, definitely. I know me and you agree that Metroid Prime needs it.
Well, I was gonna say Metroid Prime, but there's already a rumor that the first game is being remade, so I didn't bring it up because Metroid Prime 4 is taking so long that they're gonna release the first game, and the rumor was they were gonna release an HD trilogy remaster, but now the rumor is they're gonna make an HD remake of the first game, which is like, why would you do the first game and not the other two? You know?
Right.
That kind of, I would rather just have an HD remaster with some control fixes, right, for the first three than a full-on remake, because those games still look good.
Oh, yeah.
you see those games running on the Dolphin emulator already, and they look amazing.
Yes.
And it's like, well, you don't need a remake. You just need a remaster of the trilogy and put it on the Switch.
Yeah. See, I would have said Paper Mario, the Thousand-Year Door, but I'm just like, how do you make that? How do you do a game like that?
Well, I mean, like that's the thing though. Is like the two, like Paper Mario and I don't know. The thing is like Nintendo has been a master of the art style for a long time,
Yeah.
and anything from GameCube on still looks relatively modern, right?
Yes.
I mean, N64 looks really dated, right? I mean, the polygons and everything. But like, you look at a game like Luigi's Mansion or Pikmin or even Metroid Prime. It's like their art direction and the art style fits to where like, yeah, they look a little dated, but they can still. You give them a little bit of a fresh coat of paint and upres them, they're still going to look great,
Right. I think it's more of the third-party games that were probably needed than a lot of the Nintendo games and stuff. Cause
Yeah,
like
but we don't need third-party games. We already decided that.
I mean,
you just want Ikaruga to come back, Ed.
I mean, Ikaruga's already on Switch, so I don't have to worry about
is it?
that. Yeah.
Oh wait,
it's on
we
Switch.
talked about that at one point. Because can't you play it vertically?
Yes.
Yeah, that was one of those games that you could flip the Switch sideways and play vertically.
Yes. That was when Nicholas was in a good time before all those stories and stuff came out about their company. But I kind of would say like, okay, so I'm the weird one as usual.
We know. Wow, another revelation by Ed.
We're not going to do this tonight.
Ed's had a trilogy of revelations in the last couple weeks, folks.
Hold on, what's the trilogy?
I don't know. You said something. You said that you were a Nintendo fan on the Boss Rush podcast. You said
Yeah.
something last week on Pow Block that was pretty revolutionary. I don't remember what it was. I just forgot.
I'll have to look at it. And then this one.
Gosh,
being a weird one. No, because like Odama, which is that Sega pinball strategy army game,
mm-hmm.
like and Skies of Arcadia, like I would love for that to come back and get an HD.
Yeah, some of those Sega games I would like to see. Skies of Arcadia. I wouldn't mind seeing the Sonic Adventure games. I think Sega did a lot of interesting things, and I mean, obviously Sega is doing great with their Atlas acquisition, but I mean, like,
mm-hmm.
I mean, you think, well, I guess Monkey Ball, they just put that big package out, but I mean, you think of Sonic Adventure, you think of Billy Hatcher, Crazy Taxi, like even, well, I guess Phantasy Star still exists on Xbox, but you know what I mean? Like they did a lot of cool things that could probably do really well in an HD remake. Like, where's our Dreamcast collection, by the way?
Okay, that's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, where's our Dreamcast collection? Come on, Dreamcast away. Wow.
Yes.
What a console.
His second. Oh, you got anything else, Corey?
No, I'll wait to interrupt you when you start talking.
Okay. Our second question is. What 2D games would you like to see get a remake like Trials of Mana? So, Trials of Mana, for people who don't know, was kind of like the third Mana game in the series. There is Collection of Mana that is out on Switch that showcase that game because it never came to America after Secret of Mana came out, and then they remade Trials of Mana into like a 3D game, so it kind of looks a little bit like Dragon Quest in its art style, but it's more action packed in this 3D environment. Now, 2D games that we would like to get a remake like Trials of Mana. Final Fight already had Final Fight Streetwise, and that didn't do so well.
Only Ed knows about that.
Yes. The Ninja Turtles, they had Konami did one game like that, like in 3D, but it was like kind of hard to
Which
get
one was
through.
that?
Man, it was on GameCube and PS2.
Are you talking about the Ninja Turtles games that were like the 3D beat 'em ups kind of thing?
Yeah, Konami did it before they lost the license. It was like their last Turtles game.
I didn't know Konami did those games.
Yeah, Konami did one for GameCube, PS2, and I think Xbox or just PS2, GameCube.
I know, I own them all. I just didn't know that Konami did them.
Yeah, cause once Konami lost the license,
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Because I think Ubisoft got I know there was that Malay game that was on Wii, and then Ubisoft, I think they still had it, and they did.
Oh, you're right. Konami did all 4 of them, and then Ubisoft did the TMNT animated movie game.
Yeah.
I didn't know Konami did those ones. It was what it was based off the second cartoon that they did that was on like what WB Fox Kids something, right?
Yeah, like Fox Kids. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good cartoon, by the way.
Yeah,
it
really
aged
good
well.
cartoon.
It aged really well. I didn't like it at the time because I was a purist, 80s and 90s cartoon, but that like I went back and rewatched it. And it's actually pretty decent. So
Yeah, I think like I would have said some of that like R-Type would be one, but then like they kind of remade R-Type the R-Type Final in a sense. So I kind of got to go through. I know I said, well, no, not Link to the Past because I want Link to the Past to be done in the Link Between Worlds engine, and look, or even Link's Awakening if they want to.
See, I think I don't know. I'm not as like how do you want to say it? I don't hold the Super Nintendo games in high esteem like everybody else, just because like that was the Nintendo console that I skipped, and so like I think almost like a Link's or a Link to the Past, right? I think would be really cool I think if you put that out now, though, you have to pair it with A Link Between Worlds in terms of like a package, right? If you're gonna you package A Link to the Past remake in the Link Between Worlds art style, and then you pair them together, right? I think you have to do it that way at this point, just because those games are so intrinsically linked together, no pun intended. So yeah. But also something like, man, I don't know. I really don't know. Like I guess like something you could do honestly that would be really cool is like remake the first Star Fox game and tell that story.
Yeah.
Because like
that definitely needs a remake.
That game was super innovative, but also really sucks. You know what I mean? Like it was really impressive technologically. But man, playing that game is rough, right? We played it when you came on the Super Nintendo Classic.
Yeah.
But
what about Super Mario Brothers 2 done in the Super Mario 3D World style?
No, I think you would have to give it its own art style. You know what art style would be really cool for that game actually, since it's like kind of looked at as like the black sheep of the of the Mario games would be the Mario the hand-drawn painterly look of the Mario and Luigi games, right? Like the key art.
Oh, yeah.
Like I've always wanted a game in that art style with like, obviously, I mean, just look at the art style. I don't really know how to describe it really, but I love the art style of the cover art and the instruction manuals and stuff. Not the in-game stuff. The in-game stuff's fine. It's cool. But like, I want the 2D kind of the manual art, the box art type stuff.
It's a mix of, because it's a mix of like bold black lines, but it has that kind of paint look to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yet that not Crayola, but like, it's not oil
It's
or
like
anything.
it's like a deep watercolor is what it's kind of
yeah,
like. You know, with like the black outlines of like, okay, here's the characters, right? But also the world is kind of watercolory, but the characters are kind of heavily colored, right? I mean, it's cool. It's a great art style, and I can't believe they haven't used that in a game yet.
yeah,
So, yeah.
Man, no, not Contra. Contra had that stuff.
No, Contra already had a bad game come out recently. So.
Contra Legacy on PlayStation 1. Oh, goodness, that thing was a struggle.
No, I'm talking about the one they released on Switch. The top-down kind of...
Oh, that one? Oh.
Yeah.
We don't mention that game.
So, yeah.
Oh, Contra, what happened to you? Like,
Gosh,
it's so
Contra's
weird
just...
playing it's so weird going through the Contra collection, and then you look at all the games that came after it. Besides the one that Ray 4 did on the DS, that one was really good. But that was like 2D,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
and everything. But you look at their 3D games, and it's just like, well, Contra Rebirth was good too. I would say.
I will just believe you.
Any games from you, Corey? Any more?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think they could remake the first Legend of Zelda. I think that would be like a really interesting thing to do for the like. I know we're like way far away from that at this point, but like for its 50th anniversary, I think that'd be really cool to remake the first game.
Okay, when we were talking about that demo, for it, I started thinking when you mentioned it, I was just like, man, we could keep this style. We could keep this. Like, I would love this to be like a bonus level. I kind of would love that first Legend of Zelda be done in that style, in that look.
No, I mean, I want it redone in like 3D, full on 3D. Just recreate the entire world in 3D.
Oh yeah,
and like you could run around like Breath of the Wild, and yeah, I don't know. I just think that would be really cool.
yeah. So, anything else, or is that it?
No, that's it. That's it.
Did you get any more questions or anything?
Hold on. Nope. That's it. That's all we got. Thanks for the questions, guys. Appreciate it.
Yes. Truly appreciate it. Well,
send more.
We're gonna get into this topic, and it's gonna kind of be a little bit serious, everybody. And you know, we here at our Expression Pass, we like to have fun, you know. And
no
have
fun.
Really
Video games aren't fun, Ed. Don't you know that?
They are fun.
Video games are not fun. They are hard. They make you want to beat your head against the desk. They are political statements. They are not fun. Sorry, internet. We all just got canceled. It's fine.
Yes. Well,
even though we're about to take a political stance right now. It's fine.
Yes.
It's fine.
And this one, this story kind of came out from IGN. It kind of broke on Twitter because people were talking about it, but then the story came out from IGN. Russia reportedly legalizes piracy of games, movies, and more. Russia is reportedly easing its copyright laws to offset sanctions imposed by Western nations in response to its invasion of Ukraine. In doing so, it is effectively legalizing piracy of games, movies, TV shows, and more. The Russian Ministry of Economic Development proposed relaxing piracy legislation earlier this week to circumvent sanctions. He states the possibility of lifting restrictions on the use of intellectual property contained in certain goods, the supply of which to Russia is limited, is being considered, said the ministry. This will smooth out the impact of on the market of breaks in supply chains, as well as the shortage of goods and services that arose due to new sanctions by Western countries. According to local media in Russia, the government has now announced that Russian companies have no obligation to pay patent holders for the use of intellectual property from any countries that have sanctioned the country. This has effectively legalized piracy across the nation. State-backed newspaper Gazeta reports that new laws allow Russian firms to use innovations from unfriendly countries without paying to use their intellectual properties. Um, and I'm just gonna quickly jump to where it says the move comes just days after Twitch suspended payments to Russian streamers. They have also introduced new rules to stop the spread of misinformation, allowing Twitch to take action against accounts deemed to be spreading false info, such as the video game footage being passed off as real life war footage. Additionally, Microsoft, Sony, and many more gaming and entertainment companies have suspended sales of games and hardware across Russia. In doing so, the companies have answered a call from Ukraine's deputy prime minister, who asked all game developers to temporarily end support in Russia and Belarus. And Nintendo of Europe was actually sitting. I think they actually handled the games in Russia. Because they said that that they were stopping the eShop being active in Russia, them sitting any games or systems there. So whatever people have right there is what they got. And the big thing that everybody joked about was, well, Nintendo's gonna come after Russia. They're gonna DMCA them or do something like that. And they were just like really making a big joke out of them. But you know, this is kind of serious in a sense.
Well, I mean,
And
I think we talked about this as like technically, I don't know if they can do that. Nintendo, the only thing they can do is like not sell their stuff there, right? I mean, if piracy
right.
is legal there, then Nintendo really doesn't have any legal ground to stop them. You know, I mean, I'm clearly not a lawyer. This is not legal advice or whatever, but I just like, I don't, because there's a couple of YouTube channels that I watch that discuss this, right? And it just doesn't seem like anybody has any legal grounds there now, because like they're already not selling their stuff there, and the law is you can get it if you can find it for free, right? So like, I don't know. I don't know how this all works. Like, this is just all crazy.
And I think it feels like a lot of it is on PC that they'll be able to steal the games, then play on their actual console.
Well, I mean, you can't pirate games on your consoles unless you mod them, and even at that point, you need a PC to load the games up and whatever. And obviously, the Switch the Switch has been hacked, right? But like the new HD twins, right? Like the PS5 and the Series X, like they haven't been hacked. Like you can't open them up. So like this is all PC stuff. Yeah. Theoretically, I mean, you find dumped ROMs of old games, and here you go. I mean, I know that certain people have found Metroid Dread and playing it in 4K on a Switch emulator, right? Running at 120 frames a second,
Yeah, and people were upset about it because they were just like, go buy the game, don't play it that way and stuff.
Yeah.
And because I don't know if your OLED does this, Corey, but like every time I click on the game on my OLED, the system is checking to see if it can be played. And I remember back in
it's because your first Switch is your primary Switch, and to play games on a second Switch, you always have to have it connected to the internet, unless the workaround for that is to. What is the workaround? You have to like log out of the eShop on your main account, or go into the eShop and deactivate it as your primary account, and then the next console you log in as into the eShop becomes your primary console. Because I've done it 3 times now, and it's really simple to get your whatever console you want as your primary one to be your primary one. It just, takes a couple steps.
Okay. Because, yeah, I know when I transferred everything over to my OLED.
Yeah.
I even I've had put in my new SD card that I brought. It's just like they did the cloud saves and everything. Again, I still play my old Switch, but I do it with games that I haven't started yet.
Yeah.
Like in my old Switch, I got Dragon Quest 8 going on, and I
Yeah.
got it during the cartridge and stuff. And so kind of seeing this and everything, I'm kind of on a set of two minds that I wish they didn't have to go this route, but there I understand piracy is a big thing and everything, and to keep people entertained and they're kind of in what they're going through in the social space, it's like it's not, to me, it's definitely not, it's not fair to all the Russians who are against this war, who didn't ask for any of this. Of course, Ukraine is worse. It's literally worse. Like a lot of their stuff they are going through is worse than what Russia is going through. Even this piracy stuff,
Ukraine's in survival mode at this point, right? I mean,
yeah.
Look, if somebody in the Ukraine is worried about playing a video game right now, they like their mind's in the wrong spot, right? Like I think they just need to. This whole war has been just really stupid, and it's not even the Russian people's fault, right? It's the government. It's one person declaring all this, and it sucks. Like, I feel bad because, like, you see a lot of these Russian protesters and stuff protesting the war and stuff, and it's like, it really sucks. It really sucks for them, right? It just, I feel really bad for everybody that doesn't want to be a part of this. You know what I mean? And today, as of the time of this recording, there was a bombing at a theater where people were taking refuge, right? And there was a ton of casualties, and it's just like, man, as somebody whose job during the day is the social media manager of a company, and trying to figure out what kind of stuff to pause on social media and what kind of stuff to send out during all this is just like, it sucks because I have to keep an eye on this war because it affects my job, and
yeah.
Then, like, I kind of, I see what the media reports, so I don't really know what is what, but I mean, as somebody who kind of has to pay attention to this more than most people are, I think, in terms of, whatever, it sucks seeing this stuff. It really does. So.
Yeah, and I think people just, make it fun. Of course, they're making fun of Nintendo. They're getting a big laugh of it because of what Nintendo does when people make fan games, or they take their intellectual property and take the sprites and do whatever they want to and stuff. And Nintendo is on them. But the thing about it is, I feel like, the Russians who need entertainment and stuff, they have to go. They feel like they had nothing else to do but go this route to be entertained, to not be into the current affairs of stuff, but to keep up with the entertainment that's going on and everything. Because I don't know how their internet servers are going there in Russia and stuff. Now it literally is just like, if they can't play games on any of their consoles, they have to have a PC that could run these games and be able to play them. I mean, it sucks that the streamers and stuff, they can't even get paid for the games that they actually bought and purchased and that they still streaming. Yeah, Twitch is still showing it, but it sucks for them that they cannot receive any benefits from this. And it got to me to be like, man, what if that happened to us? Like, if we couldn't play the games that we purchase from these companies, And we had to pirate them in order to stay uh, relevant with what we do, when we podcast, when we write about games and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I I know that like the financial situation over there is not great, right? I mean,
Hmm.
obviously their money's not worth anything. They're not getting any kind of support from any major company, right? But like also I still feel like everybody is is in I feel like everybody's in survival mode and uh I mean there's people looking for entertainment and stuff, but also like everybody's just struggling to survive right now. And I just think that, you know, I don't think anybody is worried about buying or selling video games right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get like maybe people are like trying to find something to do to entertain themselves to keep their mind off of things, right? But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, everybody hates their government right now, even their own people, and they're all in survival mode. Everybody's like in this war, and I mean, I think video games are like the last thing on anybody's mind over there at this point.
Yeah.
And they're like, I mean, even before the war, there are different rules and stuff gaming where like Russian gaming is more along the lines of the way that the Chinese used to game, right? Before consoles were the console ban was lifted, right? Where like a lot of it was free to play, a lot of it was PC centric, right? Like remember when Halo Online over there was super big and it was a Russian only product.
Yeah.
It was a free to play Halo game and it was based on Halo 3. Like, and it was huge over there until like the Master Chief Collection came out. It was huge. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know. I just think like anybody over there, if they're even like, I mean, sure, there's people over there like, oh yeah, I'm sure there's a small group of people who are really excited for this, right? But 99% of that country is like, just stop the war. Let's go back to normal life. Can we please just get this over with?
Yeah. Their economy is going to take a long time to recover. So I think even if the games and stuff do come back online for people in Russia to buy, if their rupees is still like in garbage mode in a sense, like it's still worthless, no one's going to be making any kind of money.
I mean, they're just gonna this war is just gonna lead to some sort of economic restructure for them, whether they overtake Ukraine or not, whether Putin is assassinated or arrested or whatever you do to a war criminal, right? I mean, or they win. Like that's the other side. Like they win, and they form some sort of new communist Russia at this point. I don't know if they'll be communist again or whatever. I don't. Again, not a political science major here, but
right.
All I know is what's happening over there is very bad and it's affecting a lot of people, and that entertainment is probably some of the last things on anybody's mind. And
right.
All I know is that Putin's war is way past a political stance. I think that this is just a moral stance at this point,
Yeah. And yes, this is a Nintendo podcast, and I know people like I keep saying that people are joking about Nintendo, but I'm like,
I mean, we have Russian and Ukrainian listeners. I mean, not many, but I mean, we do, and like I really feel for them, but on both sides. Like this is not something that they want,
Right. I give it. I think a lot of people give it to Nintendo when all of this started and stuff that they delayed the Vest War reboot camp. I'm like, that is the smartest thing. I was talking to LeBron, or I was talking to somebody, and I was just like, they did this with Metal Gear Solid 2 when the Twin Towers was attacked. they
Uh-huh.
delayed the game to take some stuff out before they released the game.
Yeah.
And um, I think this is why the argument for 7 Days of Fallujah is still something that's big, but a lot of people are defending the developers to bring this game out so that the story can be told so people can learn about it. Because I know a lot of people are upset about what it is and how they're going to portray it. Um, but a lot of us, some of us, been supporting the developers to be like, we cannot wait for your product to come out, whether it's good or bad. You guys want to tell these soldiers' story, and that's more important than just making it a third person over the shoulder shooter or something like that. It goes way more than that. And yes, it is real life events that they're portraying and building a game around of. But I'm just like, this is the stuff that I think when it comes to war, that is more important for us to learn about.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to the stuff that's going on in Russia, it's just disheartening because they are having the effects of something that they didn't ask for
Yeah.
economically.
Yeah. No, I totally just, I don't know. It's kind of like it hits harder here too, because like my wife is from there, and her family is from there, and it's just from Ukraine, and it's just I feel for, I don't know, it's just a different type of thing that we've never experienced before, and it's just scary, and I hope it doesn't lead to some sort of World War III or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's just everybody just, I don't know. It's just stupid. It's like this. So what I was informed of is like there's this old way of Russian thinking where they need to unite all of the countries that were under the USSR again. And
Yeah.
that's where the thinking is coming from. And Putin has this, idea of reuniting all of the countries again, right? And
Yes.
People keep comparing him to Hitler, and it's like I don't think that's the right comparison. I mean, it's not like one is better than the other at this point, right? I mean, they're both just terrible people, but like this is more of like a old school conquest type war instead of like a, what I mean? Like it's like when it almost reminds me of like an American Revolution type thing, where like, where like obviously Britain and Great Britain was this huge army and they're going to, try to whatever. I know it's not the same type of thing. I know that, but I mean, it just reminds me of that takeover. Like land is your, proof of power instead of money and wealth and financial gain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like a very old school, weird way of conquest. And it's like, this is just stop, dude. I don't know. It's just, I don't even like, part of me doesn't even believe the words that are coming out of my mouth. You know what I mean? It's just stupid.
I actually had a lady at work today come in. She was trying to send money to, I think, her son in Poland, and she did the Western Union, and she literally was crying.
Yeah,
and she was just like,
I mean, they're close to Poland now. Like Russia is close to, because I mean, I think Ukraine and Poland border each other. I think is, I don't know. I'd have to look at a map, but like I know a lot of Ukrainians are fleeing to Poland, and it's getting extra scary in Poland right now.
yeah.
So
She was like, she was literally in tears, and the associate was comforting her. She's just like, I completely understand and everything, and she was just like, she was really thankful for, being able to express it, but it's still sad. I'm like, man, you leaving the store you're happy that we heard your story and how you feeling, but it's sad that you're leaving the store sad
Yeah.
and worried about your son being affected by all of this.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's just like you really got to look at this in a a human. You got to look at this in a human way, in a moral way, in an ethnic way, and stuff. You can make all the jokes that you want to with Nintendo and all the stuff. That's fine. You can do all of that. But I'm just like, when it's suffrage like this, it's really effective. And like you said, Corey, if you're thinking about video games being important and stuff, your priorities got to change and stuff. Because if this is something that was happening to you, and other countries were looking at it and talking about it, you would be like, why don't you guys help us? You know, we're suffering, we're going through this stuff.
Yeah.
You know. So any final words, or
no, just everybody involved that just everybody stay safe. I know that's like a dumb thing because we're halfway across the world and can't really do anything, but like that doesn't mean like we don't care, you know. And just I hope everybody's safe and careful and gets out. People who can get out, get out. People who can't get out, stay bunkered down and safe. And
yeah.
So,
well, you want to get to the last part, the last discussion?
Yeah, we might as well. By the way, did you see that Hogwarts Legacy was announced for Switch today and it's coming in holiday?
No, wait.
And it's getting a physical copy.
When did they announce it?
It was after the State of Play.
I watched the State of Play, and I know they said yes, everybody, it is coming to Xbox.
Yep.
But I didn't know it was
right.
planning on
I'm looking at the page right here. Hogwarts Legacy for Nintendo Switch. You can pre-order it right now for $52.07 on Amazon.
Oh, wow!
And it has complete multiplayer functionality on the Nintendo Switch. I bet that version is not going to run great, but guess what? We run a Nintendo podcast, so we are going to do it.
I really wonder.
That's crazy. This is supposed to be like a live service game, right?
Not that I know of, no.
Or is it just like a kind of like a co-op RPG?
It's like from what it looked like it was a single player adventure game.
It's a multiplayer RPG. I know that.
Really?
I thought it was a live service game.
No, the way that when I was watching the State of Play, it looked like it was kind of just a one person adventure game, because they was talking about you could meet other people in in game characters and like do side quests and help them out.
Yeah.
They didn't really talk about the multiplayer aspect of this.
Oh, I thought it was a multiplayer game. Oh well, maybe. I mean, whatever. Okay, never mind then.
You know.
Well, guess what I'm getting it for?
Xbox.
No.
Switch.
Edge. I'm 1,000% committed to playing third-party games on Switch again. Okay.
Okay.
We're running a Nintendo podcast. We need to make sure we have all of the information to give people.
That is true.
Also, this would be like a really fun handheld game. I feel like at some point if they do it right. You know, I feel like this could be like a really neat thing.
Yeah, I think. So I think it's this half and half thing with it. Is that, you know, with J.K. Rowling, you know, people don't want to support her, but if they don't buy the game, they're not really supporting the developer. I mean, and some people
it's her property, and like whatever you think about J.K. Rowling, I don't care what you think. Like Harry Potter is, it's one of those situations where you have to separate the artist from the art at this point. Yeah. Right. And Harry Potter is so much bigger than J.K. Rowling at this point. You know, and you know, regardless of what you think of her, there's a lot of people at Avalanche working really hard on this game. And I think that you need to support the developers and not the original creator who wrote this book on a napkin in 1996, right? So, I'm being serious. I get like you don't want to support her, but you don't support her by not buying her next book. Not you like you know what I mean. You act on that by not buying her next novel. You don't do that by buying the game. The game is WB. The game is Avalanche, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, that's
it had a different developer name on it. It was like Poke Dance.
Oh, it's Portkey Games is like the banner for Harry Potter games. It's like a Warner Brothers banner for Harry Potter.
Okay.
A portkey is like a object that can teleport you from one place to another. In the Harry Potter lore.
Okay.
So it's like the game, like it's like a play on words, right? Because the portkey is transferring you into this world. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's clever, but also very confusing to people who don't understand. Ed's getting a phone call. Hollywood Ed, answer it on live on air. Do it.
No, it's one of my the other manager and I'm just like, I'm busy right now. I can't talk.
Yeah. We're podcasting, you jerk.
Yeah, sorry, I have to cut the phone off. I'm sorry about that, everybody.
It's not okay.
Okay. It really is. Yeah, I think they did it so they wouldn't be able to put J.K. Rowling because they don't mention her at all in the state of play.
But they don't need to. She doesn't need to be involved in everything now, right? It's like Disney at this point, right? Like Disney, the Disney family is not involved in Disney at all anymore. It's just, I don't know. I don't care what people think of J.K. Rowling. I think this game looks awesome. I'm going to play it. I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I've actually grown more into a Harry Potter fan as I've gotten older, actually. And it's a really cool world. It's a really great universe that has not reached its potential yet in video games. And I think that this is a cool idea.
And I think people who don't buy it because of whatever their reason is, I think they're going to watch the streams of it.
I mean, if they don't buy it, they don't buy it. That's fine, right? Like I'm one of those people who's going to buy it and is going to buy it on the Nintendo Switch because now I can play it in handheld mode and tell you guys all how much it sucks or is great.
Yeah. Well, that was our science tangent conversation.
Yeah.
We didn't land on it.
Sorry, everybody.
So for our last portion of of the show, and I really want to hear your thoughts about this, Corey, because I remember when we started Nintendo Pop Block, and we was going to do
that was so long ago.
I know.
By the way, side tangent. I apologize to anybody in advance, but I didn't realize that all the episodes weren't on the podcast feed. So I'm going to start adding them slowly to the feed, and I'm sorry in advance if you get old episodes that show up, because sometimes when you upload episodes, even if you backdate them, they still show up. At least on Apple Podcasts, they'll just instantly download. Yeah, because it still thinks it's a new episode even though you backdate it. So I'm sorry in advance, everybody.
Okay. Well, I brought our old episode into the Pop Block and Wii U because we was talking about Nintendo getting into HD graphics and stuff. The Wii U was their first HD, and the reason I brought it up is because I asked Corey, I'm like, do you think Nintendo is ready to do 4K gaming? And I understand, like, the 1080 HP, the 720, like the frame rate and all that stuff, but we didn't expect Nintendo to really take advantage of HD and make games look so good with their graphics choices and this high def quality. So to see what they could do with 4K, I know we talked about that. Is it the NVM2 chip that they found with the ray tracing and all of that stuff?
Yeah.
I know we had that discussion, so you guys could check that out Um, if that chip is real, let's just say, and it does produce 4K gaming, do you think Nintendo themselves are ready for it? Like, what can you see come out of them?
I mean, at this point, man, I don't know. I mean, we saw what they did with the Wii U, right? And how
Hmm.
cool that was, and seeing Mario in HD for the first time, even though, right, because it was new Super Mario Brothers, but still, like, seeing that for the first time really just, I mean, we already knew Nintendo had a great eye for art style and everything, but this was like next level and made everything just that much more vibrant, that much more beautiful and everything, right? And then we saw Pikmin. Obviously, we still kind of talk about Pikmin 3 in terms of
Yes.
fidelity, like the intricacies of even the fruit that you
True.
see.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I mean, I think Nintendo could handle 4K. It's not going to be like, here's the thing, 4K is different than texture fidelity and graphical fidelity, right? And so like I think when you talk about Nintendo in 4K, I think you seeing Breath of the Wild in 4K is different than when you see something like Horizon in 4K, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn is what I'm talking about for PlayStation 5. And it's like, or Forbidden West, I guess, is the new one. Anyways, my point is like, Nintendo knows what they're doing. Obviously, they're always late to the party, but when they arrive big, right? And
Yeah.
even though the Wii U didn't sell well, I mean, Mario Kart 8 is still one of the best looking HD games, right? And that game is what? How old is that game at this point? 7 years old, 8 years old.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, DLC's out for the first wave, so you should check that out.
I think with the DLC, with the first wave, I think it's because of Japan. It's like the 18th in
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
So I think they kicked it on and just be like, oh, this is just for worldwide.
yeah. But I mean, it's obvious. And then we saw games like Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey and Xenoblade 2. Like those games all
Hmm.
look amazing in that first year, right? Of Switch. And so I don't know. Nintendo in 4K is going to be interesting because their art style doesn't it's their art styles kind of lend themselves better to 4K than something like Horizon or God of War, right?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like when you watch a movie in 4K and you watch something that's live action, and then you watch something that's live action with some CG visual effects, and the visual effects always look better. And then you watch like a Pixar movie, which is, animated movies always look way better in higher fidelity than you know live action stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is going to be where Nintendo will actually shine in certain ways. Not every way, right? Because we've talked about Horizon Forbidden West and how much I would really love a Zelda game look like that at some point. Like I would love, like even if remember we talk about the Wii U tech demo all the time as well. As like,
Yeah.
man, I really want that Wii U tech demo as a game. Like I want that as a game.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you go back to the old style or what, but like I want that as a game. Even if you wait till Breath of the Wild is done, I don't care. I think that could be something that Nintendo looks at, and I know that Nintendo's never going to be a Series X, right? Like they're never going to make a console like that, which is fine. I mean, they've made their choice, and they've trained us. We talked about this on the Boss Rush podcast. Like Nintendo has trained us to expect certain things from them. Even good and bad, like pricing of their games never going down, and this is what the game's going to look like, and it looks great for a quote unquote Switch game, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think 4K will mean something different to Nintendo than it does to Microsoft and Sony, and I think that's going to benefit a lot of the games that they develop, if that makes sense.
It definitely would grab people's attention because they would definitely like, of course, Fire Emblem, Zelda, Metroid. like because of what their those genres and those themes are at, um, the details of it will bring out probably will bring out more that they could tell. But then you think about, man, Paper Mario 4K. I mean, it looks good in HD right now because simple graphic style. Um, even
I mean,
Kirby and
that's
Yoshi's
I mean,
like,
yeah, I mean that's the thing though, is like the art style is fine. Like it benefit like 1080p is all Nintendo needs because there's not much more they can do with the 4K stuff, which is okay. Like I understand people's wants and concerns for a 4K Switch and stuff,
mhm,
but on the other hand, it's like, well, I also think Nintendo games look great as they are. I want a more powerful Switch because I want Breath of the Wild to run at a full 1080p and 60 frames a second. I don't care if
yeah,
it runs at 4K, 4K is great. Like I love playing Destiny at 4K and 60 frames a second, but like also we're at this point where we're starting to get to a we're starting to get diminishing returns on graphics, right?
mhm,
Um, Depending on what game is developed and who developed it and everything, right? And so what I would rather them focus on is really nailing down things that would benefit gamers as a whole, like load times, reaching that
yes,
1080p mark with Zelda. Because Breath of the Wild, as great as it looks, still only runs at 900p docked, right?
mhm,
And still only runs at 30 frames a second sometimes, right? And so
right,
that's where I want to see Nintendo improve is like, hey, get the quality up to at least 1080p and 60 frames a second. I think there is hardware available to you, Nintendo, that can do that in a handheld mode session, right? Like,
right.
okay, yeah, I get the OLED screen is only 720p. I'm talking about when it's docked, I want it at 1080p, right? But I still think that they need to figure out the frame rate stuff now. For their
Which,
for their bigger games, I'll say, because I think Mario Odyssey runs at 60. Uh, but I know that Xenoblade only runs at 30, and I know that Zelda only runs at 30. I'm talking about like their bigger games, need to run at 60.
yeah, which I think we we may see in the future. Um, I think even if they don't hit 60, I think if they're good at blending and faking some of that stuff. They're really good at it because you you actually don't pay attention to what's going on unless you're looking at like Digital Foundry when they're breaking it down. You're so into the game and the action and what's going on and stuff, you don't even think about it in a sense.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I wasn't like big on 60 frames a second, to be honest. I thought like, if it's a steady 30, it's fine, right? Cuz like
Hmm.
for for you new people here, I'm a big Destiny fan and I played Destiny at 30 frames a second until like a year ago because there was an update for the new consoles and I am a big believer that 60 frames should be the new standard no matter what. And I
It
think I
feels
think
so good at that
mhm.
speed. Like,
And like let's talk about Bayonetta 1 and 2 for a second, right? Those games run at 60 frames a second, but they're cutting the fidelity and those games only run at 720p. And like yeah, between 1080p and 4K like it's noticeable, but it doesn't like bother you. But you look at a 720p game these days, and it's like, oh my gosh, what are you doing?
hmm,
And that's where I'm at now. Is like, let's get this going now. Okay, let's fix this. And that's where I want a more powerful Switch. I don't need it to be an Xbox Series X in portable mode, right?
right.
I know I just said this. I don't need it to be that, but I do want a more powerful Switch so it runs the games that I own better and that it bumps those fidelities up to 1080p when I'm in docked mode. And I can run it at a flat 60 frames a second and know that it's always going to run at 60 frames. Whether, like, I set the entire field on fire and blow up 3 Guardians, right? Like, I would just want it to be smooth and crisp and not have to worry about, running a slideshow on my TV.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
And because I think battery life is definitely going to play a part with that. But we may never know. It may be a stronger battery life. Who knows? And everything. It's going to be very interesting. And I think even if they don't do 4K, I'm fine with the 2K thing. I think people have said that they were fine with that too if Nintendo go 2K.
I mean, I'm okay with 1080p. Like, I'm seriously okay with 1080p for Nintendo games. It's fine. Is it like, would I love 4K? Sure, but 1080p is fine. I'm more worried about, like, the console being powerful enough to run third-party games at some point, or because I mean, we're already seeing, like, we just talked about Hogwarts Legacy. I'm shocked that game is coming to Switch. It's an open world action RPG that's coming to PlayStation 5 and Series X, and they got it to run on Switch. Like, I know it's coming to Xbox One and PS4 also. I get it, but, like, man, that game is not going to run at a great 30 frames a second. That game's going to be muddy, right? Give us a console that we know can run this game and run it well.
Well, I think what's going to end up happening with that one, and it always happens to Nintendo, that game is going to come out on holiday for the other consoles. So we're not going to get it to 23 for Switch.
It'll get delayed. I bet it gets delayed.
I don't even think they started production on Switch. I think what they're doing is they're making the game, and then they're gonna probably have someone else do the port.
Which is fine. They have a relationship with Saber, right? Warner Brothers has a relationship with Saber Interactive. They ported The Witcher. I guarantee you that's who's porting this. I guarantee it.
I agree, and once we see it in a Nintendo Direct, we know that it's going to be Saber. We know that it has to be them, and that's not a bad thing. They did a fantastic job with The Witcher 3.
They did.
On Switch.
It's a great version. I love that version of the game.
So,
it's also the one I played the most.
Like everybody else.
Yeah. So I mean,
yeah. I'm excited to see what they do if they decide to go 4K. Whatever the new Switch or wherever their next console will be. I would love to see what games they make that really display it and everything. That it's just not. It's just to me. I hope it's just not a marketing word that they throw out. I really hope they just be like, yeah, we do got games running at 4K, or even if they don't mention it, to be like, yeah, it could go up to it, but it's gonna be more about this is the art style, this is the game.
I mean, that's how Nintendo's always been. I don't care, right? I mean,
yeah,
I don't care. I want Nintendo games to run and run well, and I want them to have third-party support.
Yeah, but I think it's like the specifics they don't really talk about. Like, they don't really market this stuff. They'd be like, oh, this is the game, this is how it looks, this is how it plays, this is a cool idea that you could do, and that's it.
Yeah.
You want the 4K stuff? Go ahead, fine, read it. This is what's in the system. Blah 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 blah. We care about the games that we want to show you guys what we could do with our system.
Yeah.
So, well, I think that's gonna be it for Expansion Pass, everybody.
Yeah.
That was a good conversation. Great questions.
Yeah, give us more questions, guys. Even if you just... Oh, by the way, anybody who's listening to this, the PowBlock Podcast Twitter account is now open. So if you have questions, tweet at PowBlock Podcast. We're working... Man, this chair is so squeaky. I'm sorry, everybody. Tweet at PowBlock Podcast to have your questions read, because it is... We want to have more interaction, and we decided as a podcast team that opening the podcast specific Twitter accounts back up would provide better interaction with everybody and better promotion and just kind of clearing up the clutter of the Boss Rush Network Twitter account, right? I mean, not that it's cluttered, but like we have a big writing staff now, and a lot of the writing we need to get that promoted through there, and we don't want to clutter it up with podcasts or clips or promotions. So follow Power Block Podcast and get us your questions there. Or you can email us at nintendopowblock@gmail.com. You can always do that too.
Yes. Okay. Corey, where can they find you?
You can find me at I am Corey HD on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me hosting the Boss Rush podcast, which is moving to Fridays now. Also, by the way, we're trying to clear up the schedule again. So, yeah, find it on Fridays now, and find me on Nintendo Power Block. You can find me on Standard Definition. You can find me on a bunch of things. So check it out.
Yes. You guys can find me on Twitter at @ThatRetroCode. You can find me on Nintendo Power Block on Mondays at 7:30, 8:30 Eastern Time live. You can catch us on Wednesdays for the podcast in audio form on Anchor FM and other podcast apps, and for the recorded show. Of course, check out Expansion Pass. That will be dropping 1 week earlier for Patreon, and 2 weeks later for those who want the free feed. Yeah, and I think that is about it. Everybody, have a great week, have a great weekend, and we will see you next time on Nintendo Power Block Expansion Pass. Bye, everybody.
Bye.